Alright, this is gonna be my second video, I suppose. I'm hoping for a little bit longer of a video. I didn't have enough storage on my phone, and that's why my last video got cut short right there at the end. I'm back and I'm in business though, so if you didn't laugh right there at the end, towards that last video, then you best be looking out. Because once I get smoking and once I get rolling, snowball effect. Once I clear my sinuses and all these things, this nasaliness to my nessness, then we'll be clear. We'll be good to go. You feel me? I can. Hard body. You feel me? Ugh. Wow, when I'm really just open, cause I'm not very anxious. You might think I'm anxious, or I used to be anxious, or I am anxious to some extent. The only extent to which I am anxious is the extent to which have not fully opened myself up, chakrally, to the individual that I'm speaking to, or individuals. So, whoever you consider your collective consciousness to be consistent of, I like to think of the earth as my collective consciousness, and then like expand out from there, and also networks within there, like individuals, groups, work, school, high school friends, all kinds of things. But I'm just messing around with the stress bar right now. I'm about to smoke, and once I smoke, let me tell you, I'm different. When I smoke, I blast off, you know. I like to hold it in and try to feel the prana. When you feel the prana, let me tell you something. When you feel prana, when you really try prana, I'll have a whole video on prana probably. But all you do, I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna remember these thoughts, and when I do, I'm gonna be highly in tune, and that's the prana I'm talking about. The prana brings you to such a high level that I hardly will ever keep speaking through the prana. I love to just allow and just feel what energies that I feel. But you might have noticed the prana helped open me up a little bit more. Maybe not. But I blame the medicine in large part. And I'm about to take 2 or 3 risperidones, which they're huge. Or I'm gonna take 4. I'm gonna take 4 and see if I really feel it today. Cause I've taken 1 nothing, 2 nothing, 3 nothing, 4. 4 would be the first time I've ever tried 4 at the same time. And 4 at the same time, man, counteracting the medicine that I'm on now, it's not bad. It doesn't make me feel bad. So I don't know what it does. But I don't get the benzo effects either. So, not to be promoting drugs or anything, but I see all drugs as light, and so fair. But that's just my perspective when I'm in a perspective. So, I'm about to smoke tobacco. I call it tamala. I say, tamala duma verkanik agni. The agni is the fire. And essentially, that just means tobacco smoke purge smoking. That's what Verkanik means. That's Sanskrit. Sanskritam. It's Coco in the back. Making the club go crazy. Hey, when I'm in the club, I'm gonna get some more tobacco. I'll be right back with the next part of this video. Or actually, no, I'll just do it all at once, so it's all in the same video. I'm trying to see if I can do like how long of a video I can actually record on my phone, and then I'll just upload that to YouTube, go back, do that again and again. So I essentially have space for one video on my phone, but all my videos will be saved onto YouTube, so I won't have to worry about them being saved on my phone. Saved in my phone, yo. Ain't nobody trying to see you, Otis. If I get banned for that, then this ain't made to be. Just ain't made to be. Hey yo, I'm just carefully packing this tobacco into the chillum, as I refer to it, which is a spark plug type thing, or remover. A 3/16 inch something or other. It's the best way I could describe it. I try to be egoless while being egoful. You're so egoful. Don't you hate when people say that? Alright. What I should actually talk about, though. Clearing the stuff from my system and just talking in general. So, we are 7 minutes and 21 seconds into this video. I got to like 550 at the last one. Got cut off. But this one seems to be going a lot better. I'm hoping I can get at least 15 to 25 minutes in, and if so, that would mean I have a lot of space on my phone. So once I get up to the 15-minute range, I'm gonna get all anxious, start getting worryful and stuff. But I'm trying to be funny. Thinking about what to talk about, honestly. I feel these things in my eyes. They're movements of the collective consciousness. And these movements, I feel them as part of my reflection. Other people might not necessarily feel how much I feel them, or to the extent to which I feel them. But we never have to talk about any one thing at one time. Sometimes even if you feel too necessarily like you have to do something, you probably, odds are you don't have to do that thing. How. The word how has a strong light presence to it. Like, if you just saying the word how, you'll see the reaction in people. That's one thing I always like. I call that abhijna jnana. Abhijna jnana. Abhijna jnana. 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 That's called, or means, knowledge through perception, which I just like to think of as, like, you'll say a word in Sanskrit, you might say abhana varana, abhana achit, and you'll see the reaction in other people. You'll see other people wince or have some change, some subtle, the most infinitely small subtle change, and that will be their soul responding to the word that you said. And when you do those things, most people don't know about the light body or the chakras or the chakra system. You have 7 main chakras, I like to think of. Some people will say 8, 9, 13. Some people will refer to all of the like smaller chakras around the body. Like, I would say, like, maybe the fingernails have chakras, maybe, or like You might have chakras in the nipples or in like the collarbones. That like chakras that correspond to bones, to nerves, like a whole essentially chakra system of the physical body. Well, for the most part, I don't know everything there is to know about the actual light body, but I know enough, and that's sort of my niche. What I know is like enough to know how to go about things that I need to, my needs that I have in life, while also um, and and in the most subtle of ways so that it's super easy to do for anybody who wanted to get started on the light body. The first main things I would tell you would just be about the chakras, and I would start off with maybe the Anahata chakra. I just like to go with the Sanskrit names because they're a little more true and like to the sound they're more true. Like Anahata like means or is the heart chakra, whereas heart chakra it's not this whatsoever. It's absolutely the heart chakra is the heart chakra, but you might experience some like negative energy in the English soul world, the soul world around English, just because of lower vibrational energies around English. Not inherently bad things, but something to know about. Just because, like, that's why that would be the difference between speaking Sanskrit and speaking the English language. You might experience a lot less um, overall. I would say for the average person who were looking to look into their own light body, which I advise anyone to do because to not know about the light bodies, to be in a state of like remission or sleep, maybe even, that's just not good. And I don't like to consider anyone fully unaware of their light bodies. Like people, when just that they don't fully know about it. I would say anyone that's happy or who is feeling well is they're activating their light bodies. So people don't know about their light bodies, but they still use and activate their light bodies readily and in a fully conscious way that where it touches every aspect of their life. All the smallest, deepest crevices of life are um, touched and tangible to the light body. And related to like sports, for instance, they're all the best way to get good at anything is like the light body. Here comes Coco. Oh, all right. Alright, I'm gonna smoke. I'll always get talking and just like not smoke. So one thing is I actually haven't been talking to myself as much lately. Like, I hang out with myself so much, I'll essentially just like be talking to myself. Not really talking to myself, but like channeling, like channeling with the throat chakra. It would be the truth behind that. And I'll just be opening up, like I'll be feeling better and better essentially just from talking. And it's like, how could that make any sense? Because I'm not actually talking to anybody, even though I really am. You really are. Like you don't feel like you are, but you're fully interacting with other people's energies. If you're speaking, I would say. So that would be how to think about talking to yourself, or people who do. Because people be into woo, and people be into some weird stuff. Voodoo, all these types of things. Prana, all kinds of weird things. The cool thing about prana, you don't necessarily have to even take the breaths to feel a prana. You can do prana and around other people and they'll feel the effects rather than just making them do it It's super hard to make or even request and ask someone to try the prana. They'll just say, no, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to. It's the soul blockage thing. It's very real. Because if people would just realize the prana, it's so easy to do, but so hard to get someone to try. I'll show you one more time. All you do is inhale to like max capacity, and then force in like 3 or 4 extra breaths, or maybe like more, if you're just starting out. And you essentially have a trip. Your brain releases DMT, and you really have like a little bit of like a safe trip where I don't like the word trip, but a safe, like it's this little, your brain releases DMT, and it's really wild. I can almost imagine like smoke coming off of my body right now. Like I saw like a glimpse of that in my eye. The ajna chakra. Mine's not completely opened, the pineal gland, but it's partially opened to where I can see glimpses of the soul world like more directly. So like I know weird things. I know weird things that only people who know about the light body know about. Like I know about like not eating, not sleeping. Both of those things, especially in combination, both of those things, not eating and not sleeping, are so high vibrational. You go from like 3D to 6D, just with how I feel like saying it. You just from speaking about these things, the frequency from these things, you feel, you can sense a difference in how I seem relative to anyone else, merely based on the types of things that I'm saying, as compared to, let's say, mainstream media or anything you'll see on Instagram or anywhere else, just because of the actual type of stuff I'm talking about. So if you are a lucky person who is actually viewing this and the views aren't messed up and stuff, which people will say YouTube's views are always messed up and not accurate, is what it is. Or like YouTube has changed the monetary policy, is what it is. All I know is if you are lucky enough to be watching this video, you're getting some very true knowledge from a person who knows a lot about the light body and who can actively share that energy with you live, and if you're watching this video in the past, at the time that you're watching the video. And I want to show you guys a bunch of ways to see signs of like how, even if you're watching, say 2 months or 2 weeks after I release the video, signs of real times or real things that I might do in real time in the video. Coco will just eat random things. I'm not worried about it. Okay. So the actual physical heart, you actually do not need a physical heart once you know about the light body. It starts to fade away. You can feel the pulse. The first day I sat down and tried to, I shrunk my physical heart in half, and probably in like 2/3, honestly, just by the way it felt. You do these things with your mind, so you just feel to the physical heart, and I'll 24/7 I'll feel an ache to my physical heart, just an achy feeling. It's like a good achy feeling though. It's the feeling of the heart like going away, and it's a good thing actually. Once you fully cleanse yourself of the heart and all the energies of like maybe even all the blood vessels, I don't know. You activate the light body in more of a way to where you're more your light body now rather than your physical body, and you've really transformed yourself then from the overall physical state to like the overall light body state. Some people are already in that state on the earth to where they essentially have Christ consciousness. Not everyone has fully activated the crown chakra or the sahasrara to where they have Christ consciousness or have realized their Christ consciousness or the actions that they do that are of Christ consciousness, like the